Okay, so for tomorrow's lesson, we're going to be focusing on written expressions or algebraic expressions. So basically what that means is we're going to take a sentence of words and translate that over into an equation or a number sentence. Okay, so what I want, oops, where'd that one go? So what I want you to do is take your piece of notebook paper and pause the video and set it up as my table here. And under each column, I want you to write down each word that you can think of that means to do that mathematical operation. So what words could you put in here that mean addition? And try to think past add or plus. Those will work. But what other key words do you see in sentences that tell you this is an addition problem? Which key words tell you that we need to subtract in this problem? Same thing for multiplication, division, and what words tell you that an exponent is needed. So pause the video, make your chart, and fill it in with as many words as you possibly can. So here are some keywords when using a written expression. You can see they use the word factors. If you didn't have that on your multiplication column, you might want to add that because factors mean the two numbers that are being multiplied. And product is the answer of that multiplication example. So here we should say the factors of 2 and 3. So that would tell you that that should be a 2 times 3 equation. Okay? Here we should have the factors of x and y times 3, okay? Because here we have the parentheses, so we're going to say these two first. X times y, or x multiplied by y, and then that product gets multiplied by 3. Here's some examples of what we're going to work on tomorrow. This is a verbal or written expression. So if you think about it, it says 7 less than the product of 3 and a number x. So automatically we should be looking at that and thinking what math operations needed to be taken place. I know that less than means I'm going to do some subtraction. I know product means I'm going to do some multiplication. And that word of means multiplication as well. So again, you can keep adding to your chart if you didn't have these. So we have 7 less than, so that's 7 minus the product of 3 and the number x. So I know I'm going to have to multiply 3 and x and then take 7 from it. So if we look over our algebraic expression or equation, so we have our multiplication of 3 times x and then 7 less than that. Often this less than words are a problem for students. Often they want to write it like 7 minus 3x. Because they just look at that and they say that's minus, so 7 minus 3x, but that's not what that's saying. This is saying 7 smaller than this answer right here, okay? So this one, we want to put a little star by. This one's always a problem for everybody. We need to take 7 minus the answer here. All right, so this is a good example of a written expression and algebraic expression. Here we have the product of 7 and a divided by the product of 8 and y. So again, product tells me I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply 7 and a. Then it says divided by the product, again, multiplication of 8 and y. So see if you can get this answered. Pause the video and see if you can write the expression down, the way that would look like, and see if you can get it right. Okay. If you did it right, you should have, this should be a. Oops, I made a mistake here. This should be 7, the product of 7 and a, divided by 8y. And also, most of the time, you will see it written like this. The product of 7a divided by 8, the product of 8 and y. Okay, so this is most often you will see it this way. Okay, let's look at the next one. 4 years younger than Sarah, use S as Sarah's age. So again, pause the video and see if you can come up with the algebraic expression for this one. Okay, so we know we're going to use S, and it should be 4 years younger than Sarah. Oops, you probably can't see this because my head's in the way, sorry. So that would be S minus 4. So that one was really easy. Okay, and again, let's try this last one. Half as big as last night's crowd. Well, first thing you're going to need to do is figure out a variable for crowd. Most people would choose C. Okay, so half as big as last night's crowd. Pause the video and see if you can figure out what the equation would be for that. And hopefully, whoops, you would say C divided by 2. You could also write this a different way. You could say half of C, because dividing by 2 and multiplying by the half gives you the same result. So you could either say the crowd divided by 2 or half times the crowd. Okay? All right, let's go on and look at a couple more things. We're going to be looking at examples like this. Write an algebraic expression for each verbal expression. So basically we want to come up with the equation. So we have 3 times a number x subtracted from 24. Okay? So if you're getting good at this, actually let's go ahead and have you finish this one and this bottom one. So pause it when you need to. I don't know if my head's in the way here. I can't tell. 3 times a number, oops, subtracted from 4, write the expression for that. And then 5 greater than half of a number t. So come in with the answer to those 2 questions. So tomorrow I'm going to expect to see your chart with all your different words, more than what I said on here for adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and exponents. And then I will also expect to see your answers for 1A and 1B. And Hug-a-Lugs and I say good night.